Hi, today is Wednesday, September 30th, and I was very eager to get this video out because I wanted to share my thoughts on the October scent of the month, which is going to be released tomorrow, as well as the 3-pack of bars from the holiday collection that is also scheduled to be released tomorrow. Then I did want to share my thoughts on the Harvest collection 3-pack of bars now that I've had a chance to warm through them, and I do believe that they are still available. So I'm just going to go ahead and dive in with the October scent of the month, which is Walnut Raisin Muffin. And Scentsy says, fresh from the oven baked muffin, spiced with cinnamon and filled with decadent golden raisins and walnuts. And I have to say, when I first smelled this scent, I absolutely fell in love. I'm not usually a huge fan of the really sweet bakery scents. I find that I prefer more of the kind of spicy bakery scents, and that's exactly what this is. So Scentsy says that the top notes are spiced pumpkin, golden raisin, and applesauce. The mid notes are cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and chopped walnuts. And then the base notes are fruity maple, creamy caramel, and muffin accord. And I don't get a really strong, prominent bakery note from this. I do kind of get a more light, generic sweetness, but I mostly get a really, really nice combination of the cinnamon and the clove and the nutmeg, and then kind of a hint of a fruity brightness from the raisin and the applesauce. It is so good. I really don't get any maple note or caramel note. This to me is just a really nice combination of sweet and spicy. It kind of smells like a more bakery version of Welcome Home, and I absolutely love it. I was able to use a whole bar of this up in my kind of open concept area in my living room and in my kitchen. It was a really good performer. It was nice and strong. It lasted for several days. It was just kind of a really nice, warm, sweet, spicy, welcoming scent. I absolutely loved it. When this is available tomorrow, it will be going into my Scentsy Club, and I'm excited because as part of that scent of the month kit, I was able to get a big brick of this, and I will definitely enjoy starting to use this in the fall. So I also wanted to share my thoughts on the Harvest collection Gorgeous Pumpkin 3-pack of bars. Like I said, now that I've had a chance to actually warm them, and I'll share my thoughts kind of based on my least favorite in that 3-pack to my favorite. So I knew that Pumpkin Tiramisu would probably be my least favorite just because, like I said, I'm not usually a huge fan of the really sweet, kind of sticky bakery scents. And Scentsy says that the notes in this one are pumpkin, brown sugar, and vanilla cream. And I definitely pick up a lot of that really sweet, rich brown sugar with kind of that sweet pumpkin vanilla note as well. That combination to my nose is definitely translating as kind of maple syrup, and my husband thought that it smelled like maple as well. So it wasn't exactly my favorite, but it was a really good performer. It was really strong, lasted a long time. I was able to try 2 cubes in my office. So I think that if you do like those really sweet, like I said, kind of sticky bakery scents, you will really, really like Pumpkin Tiramisu. And then the next one was kind of a surprise to me. So this is Bright Cider Life, and the notes on this one are spiced harvest cider, pumpkin, and red apple. And the bar that I actually got in that 3-pack was actually really, really juicy and oily, and it was the only one that was like that in the 3-pack. And then I ended up picking up a few more of the Bright Cider Life bars in a Scentsy Club order, and none of them were like that. So I think it might have just been kind of a fluke. It might have gotten kind of warm in transit. I don't think it affected the performance of it at all. But like I said, this kind of surprised me because when I smelled this originally in the little tester, I got a lot of that kind of bright, sweet red apple, that kind of creamy spiced pumpkin. But when I smelled it in the full bar, I got a lot more of kind of a bakery, almost caramel note. And then on the end, when I'm smelling this, just the tiniest hint of like a burning candle. So to me, this smells kind of like a burning fall candle, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, just some notes that I didn't quite pick up in the little tester. This was a really good performer as well. It was nice and strong. It lasted for a few days. I warmed that whole bar through my open concept area. But yeah, this to me definitely has just kind of a hint of a burning candle, not necessarily a smoky note, but that is really nice, and that is Bright Cider Life. And then my favorite from that 3-pack was pumpkin chai, and the notes on this one are white pumpkin, cinnamon, and chai, and you do get a really nice kind of bright, warm bakery cinnamon mixed with that chai. This does have a really nice kind of sweet pumpkin note as well. Like I've said before, this one really does remind me of a bar that Scentsy used to offer called Cozy Chai, which will actually be available again as part of the Bring Back My Bar in December. So it definitely does remind me a lot of that Cozy Chai, like I said, with just a little added kind of sweet pumpkin note. It actually reminds me of Cozy Chai plus pumpkin cinnamon swirl. So I do get a little hint of that kind of sweet pumpkin frosting in this. It is really good. It was also a really good performer. I did use 2 cubes of this one up in my office, and it was lovely. So this one actually is in my Scentsy Club still. And then I did want to share my thoughts really quickly on the 2 Nightmare Before Christmas scents. So Jack's Obsession was new last year, and then they brought it back this year. And Scentsy says this cauldron full of apple spiced with clove and cinnamon makes for a ghoulishly grand brew. And I do really like this scent. I just get kind of a nice combination of cinnamon and apple. It's nice and strong. It's a good performer. To me, it smells a little bit like a more spicy version of Cider Mill. So if you like that, I think that you'll like Jack's Obsession. Like I said, it is a really nice performer. And I was really excited to try Halloween Town. This one is new this year. And Scentsy says, everybody scream for a sinister potion of cranberry, apple, and spiced cedarwood concocted in the dead of night. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect with this one. I thought it might be a little bit more on the masculine side because of that cedarwood note. But this one surprised me as well. It actually comes off a little bit more bakery than I thought it would with the cranberry, apple, and spices. It's really tart, it's really fruity, and it's also really sweet. But you do get a little hint of kind of that sharpness from the cedarwood. It almost smells kind of like a really sweet like body care item, almost a little cologne with that cedar note in it. So it's a very interesting fall scent. I really like it. It was a good performer, so I'm excited to use the rest of the bars that I picked up this fall. And then I did want to share my thoughts on the Let It Snow 3-pack of bars that will be available as part of the holiday collection starting tomorrow. So it comes with Berry Blessed, Feelin' Pine, and Happy Holidays. And we'll go ahead and start with Berry Blessed, which is a really pretty kind of purpley pink color. And Scentsy says soft vanilla and cranberry sprinkled with sparkling sugar is pure bliss. And to me, just in this little tester, this just smells like kind of a sweet, tart, kind of generic berry scent. It doesn't really remind me of blizzard berry that we've had in the past, or even snow-kissed cranberry. It doesn't really have a note that smells like winter in it to me. It really does just smell like kind of a sweet, generic berry scent. It almost reminds me of the berry that was in Berry Cosmo Boogie without the kind of effervescent note. So I do think that this is pretty, and I'm excited to try that one. And then the next one is Feelin' Pine, and it is this kind of pretty forest green color. And Scentsy says, let eucalyptus, pine, and a kiss of mistletoe fill you with the holiday spirit. And I have to say, out of these 3, this is probably my favorite. It is a really authentic pine note, but you do get kind of a freshness, a brightness from the eucalyptus, and I guess from the mistletoe, that almost makes it smell masculine. So to me, this kind of smells like a cologne version of very snowy spruce. It's very fresh, it's very masculine, very piney, and I'm excited to try that one. And then finally is Happy Holidays, which is kind of a pretty sage green color. And Scentsy says, festive golden pear mingles with clove and holiday pine to bring joy to the season. And this one is kind of a different scent. To me, I am definitely picking up mostly that golden pear, and it kind of smells almost like a bakery pear. I am getting a little hint of like a brown sugar as well in this. So it smells like a kind of rich, deep bakery pear. I guess I get a little hint of kind of a spicy note from the clove, and then just a tiny hint of kind of a freshness from the pine, but it is really different and interesting. Like I said, it smells a little bit bakery and a little bit kind of like perfumey or cologne-y, almost like an incense note. So this one is very different, very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how this one warms up. So I'm excited to pick up my 3-pack of bars when the holiday collection goes on sale tomorrow. I would love to know what you're excited to pick up from the holiday collection, what you thought about the harvest collection, and then if you've tried walnut raisin muffin, I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.